Good morning to all of you. Now today, same chapter number 8, and last topic is left. Last topic, I think. Yes, last topic is difference between honors fund and borrowed fund. Now first difference, first of all, meaning is given funds invested by shareholders is called honors fund. Next one is borrowed fund. Funds borrowed from other sources and invested in business is called borrowed fund. First difference. Second, so any four difference you have to do. It can be received equity shares, preference shares, and retained profit are the examples of honors fund. Here debenture, then bond, public deposit, loan from financial institutions, or commercial banks. Are the examples of borrowed fund. Difference number 3, return. Return is in the form of dividend, and in case of borrowed fund, return is in the form of interest. And fourth, last one, rate of return is not fixed. Here, rate of return is fixed. And last one is repayment of capital. Owners fund is repaid at last, fifth one. But any 4 points you have to do. Owners fund is repaid at last, whereas borrowed fund is paid before owners fund. Before owners fund. So these are the differences between owners fund and borrowed fund. First one is funds invested by shareholder is called owners fund. Amount or capital invested by shareholders is called owners fund. And funds borrowed from other sources and then invested into the business, it is called borrowed fund. Second, we have already done this chapter, equity shares, preference shares, retained profit or plugging back of profit are the examples of owners fund. Whereas debenture, bond, public deposits, loan from financial institution or loan from commercial bank, these are the examples of, or trade credit, these are the examples of borrowed fund. Next, return is in the form of dividend, means shareholders, either it is equity shareholders or preference shareholders, they are getting return which is called dividend, or in simple language return is called dividend. Here return is called interest. Rate of return is not fixed. Rate of return, especially in case of equity shares, rate of return means dividend is not fixed. Here rate of return is fixed, means whether company enjoys profit or incurring loss, company has to pay a fixed rate of interest to lenders, means to debenture holder or to loan to bank. Next one is owners fund is repaid at last, means at the time of liquidation when company winds up, then owners funds is repaid at last. But borrowed fund, it is paid before owners fund, means lenders have the first right to get their money back at the time of liquidation. So there is difference between owners fund and borrowed fund. Now the topics which we have done is, first of all, importance of finance. Importance of finance we have done. In case of importance of finance, short notes along with some points. For example, purchase of, first of all, importance of finance. Finance is very important, or finance is the most important element in business. Reason, for each and every activity we need finance. Right from the establishment of business till its end or till its closure, we need finance. As blood circulates in human body and keeps human being alive, in the same way finance circulates in business and keeps business alive. finance is important for, then points are given: purchase of fixed asset, for expansion, for modernization, for meeting day-to-day expenses, for paying liabilities, means for repaying the liabilities, external liabilities. These are the importance of finance. Then next topic we have done, sources of finance. Sources of finance means what are the different ways by which public company or private company can raise funds, can arrange money. So here source of finance has two parts. So one MCQ question, that how many sources of finance are there or available with public company? So two. One is called honors fund. One is called honors fund and other is called borrowed fund. Now today we have completed the difference between honors fund and borrowed fund. Honors fund means the amount invested by owner, amount invested by shareholder into the business is called honors fund. Borrowed fund, the amount which is arranged from different sources, other sources, and then means amount borrowed from different sources and then invested into the business, then it is called borrowed fund. Here examples of honors fund are, it is not possible to start new chapter today, so I am revising the whole chapter. Different sources of honors fund are equity shares, preference share, and third one is, in short I am explaining the whole chapter, retained profit. So these are the different examples of different sources of honors fund: equity share, preference shares, and retained profit. Retained profit is also known as plugging back of profit. Plugging back of profit. Equity shares. Here the shareholder equity shares are those shares which have last right for two things, for two matters. First, last right to receive dividend every year. Last right to receive dividend. And in case of liquidation, means when company winds up, in that case they have the last right. Here I am writing last right. They have the last right to receive dividend and to get their money back, at the time of liquidation. Since their equity shareholders are, अब फोटो नहीं लेनी कोई भी, अब जाना हो तो जा भी सकते हैं. Now equity shares are taking risk because their dividend is not fixed. Second thing, they are getting their dividend last. And second point, to get their money back at the time of liquidation, means they have also the last right to get their money back at the time of liquidation. Since they are taking risk, that's why they are called true honor. That's why they have some privileges in the company. For example, they have right to attend meeting, they have right to receive bonus share, they have right to cast their votes, means exercise their power to cast vote for every matter. So they are true honor of the company because they are taking risk. Taking risk here means the value of share fluctuates. Value of share also fluctuates in the market, increases or decreases. Which share? Equity shares. The value of equity shares increases or decreases in the market. Then second, if company earns huge profit or handsome profit, then only there is chance that equity shareholders will get dividend. In case of low profit or loss, they will not get a dividend. And if for any reason company winds up, means company goes into liquidation, then after paying borrowed fund, then amount paying to preference shareholders, then they will get their money back. Means they have the last right to get their money back at the time of liquidation, it means they are taking risk. That's why they are considered as true owner. Now, preference shares, opposite of equity share. Preference shares are those shares on which shareholders have the first right to receive dividend. Again, same point, receive dividend, and they have the first right to get their money back. When we are saying first right, it means we are comparing preference share and equity share. So, if we compare preference share with equity share, the preference shareholders have the first right to get their money back at the time of liquidation. Liquidation has three meaning: liquidation, then winding up, all are same, winding up and dissolution. All have same meaning. Liquidation, winding up and dissolution means company comes to an end. So when company goes into liquidation or company winds up or company dissolved, in that case they have the first right to get their money back as compared to equity share. Preference shareholders, they are also getting fixed rate of dividend. They are getting fixed rate of dividend. Second, they also have right to cast their vote, to exercise the power to cast vote, but only for some matters, some specified matters which are related with preference shares. Otherwise, in other matters, means matters other than preference shares, preference shareholders do not have any right to cast vote. Retained profit, it is a part of profit which is kept aside, in order to meet future contingencies. Contingencies means problems, obstacles which comes in business again and again. In order to face those problems, in order to face those contingencies, company must have some savings. That savings is called retained profit. When such retained profit becomes a huge amount, then it can be used for various purposes in order to bring development, growth in business. For example, if retained profit is there, business units are able to purchase fixed assets. If retained profit is there, they can adopt new technology into the business, or they can replace old technology with new one. If retained profit is there, they are able to fulfill day-to-day expenses. If retained profit is there, they are able to bring modernization into the business. Along with with the help of retained profit, they are able to bring expansion. They are able to set up new branch into the business. With the help of retained profit, they are able to pay the liabilities also, means borrowed capital can be repaid. So for various purposes, or sometimes retained profit can be used also for giving bonus share to shareholders. Bonus share means shares, additional shares, whatever shareholders have purchased, on those shares some shares are given by the company free of cost. That is called bonus share. So retained profit can also be used for issuing bonus share, so that the value of equity share, wealth of equity shareholders increases. Now next, borrowed fund. Components of borrowed fund: debenture, then bond, then loan from financial institution and loan from commercial bank. So debenture is an acknowledgement of debt issued by company under its common seal. Common seal here means stamp. Whenever company is issuing, suppose company has taken loan in the form of debenture. After receiving the loan amount from debenture holders, they are issuing a certificate. On that certificate, there must be the stamp of company, because company is an artificial person. Without having stamp, that is called common seal. Without having common seal on the debenture certificate or any document of company is considered invalid. That's why whatever receipt, whatever acknowledgement, whatever certificate company is issuing against the borrowed fund, it must have common seal. And that is called acknowledgement. That's why we are saying that debenture is an acknowledgement of debt issued by company. Who is issuing debenture certificate? Company. Issued by company and under its common seal, means that document, that acknowledgement must have common seal. Debenture is also a borrowed capital. Debenture is also a borrowed capital, and the person who purchased debentures are called debenture holders. Debenture holders are creditor for the company. Debenture holders are creditor for the company. Now, rights. Debenture holders do not have right to attend meeting, but most important right that they can claim for shareholders. Equity shareholders or preference shareholders cannot demand for liquidation of the company, but debenture holders have right to claim for liquidation of the company by submitting an application in the court. And here court means in commerce, court means here company law board, COM, company, then law, LAW, board, not high court, supreme court. We are talking about company law board. If debenture holder wants to bring liquidation into the company, so they may submit an application to the court, and they need to give a valid reason, means on the basis of a valid ground. Then court will verify all the documents which is submitted by the debenture holders. If court will satisfy, then they will give order to the company to wind up the company. But in which circumstances debenture can submit application for winding up? If they are not getting their interest regularly, and second, at the time of maturity, they are not getting their money back. Maturity means if debenture holders have given amount for 10 years, so on completion of 10 years, if company is not returning their amount or company is not converting debenture into equity shares, sometimes debenture can be converted into equity shares also. So if company is not fulfilling terms and condition, in such circumstances debenture holders have right to claim for liquidation of the company. Debenture holders are getting interest whether company enjoys profit or loss. Company has to pay. It is compulsory for company to pay interest to debenture holders on time at any cost, and same rules are applicable in case of bond, loan. Bond is that it is a kind of agreement which take place between the company and the investors. Loan from financial institutions. There are different financial institutions which are prevailing in India, which are providing different types of short term, medium term, long term loans to industrial sector, agricultural sector or service sector. Means in order to cater their need, in order to fulfill their needs, banks or financial institutions are providing different kinds of loan, and on such loan they are charging interest. So on every type of borrowed fund, company has to pay. Right now we are talking about company has to pay interest on debenture, interest on bond, interest on loan. Then public deposit is also an example of borrowed fund. And last one more topic, trade credit. Only this borrowed loan is different from other borrowed amount. In case of trade credit, first of all, in case of debenture, bond, loan, public deposit, loan from commercial bank, in all types of loan, company is taking cash. They are receiving cash in the form of loan. But in case of trade credit, two parties are there. One is buyer and other is seller. Now suppose this company is buyer, so they are purchasing goods, either it is raw material or finished goods. They are purchasing raw material or finished goods for production from other party on credit. This is called trade credit. So when one party or buyers are purchasing, buyer company is purchasing goods or raw material from other seller company on credit basis, then such type of transaction is called trade credit. And last we have completed owners fund and borrowed fund. Difference between owners fund and borrowed fund. So owners fund, amount invested by shareholder is called owners fund. Amount invested by amount arranged from different sources other than owners fund and invested into the business is called borrowed fund. Owners fund example, equity share, preference share and retained profit. Examples of borrowed fund, debenture, bond, loan, public deposit, trade credit, loan from financial institution and loan from commercial bank. Return on owners fund is not fixed. Return on borrowed fund is fixed. Return on owners fund is called dividend. return on borrowed fund is called interest. And at the time of liquidation, owners funds are receiving their amount after the payment of borrowed fund, and at the time of liquidation, borrowers means borrowed funds are repaid first or before owners fund. In this way, this chapter is completed. Now, so far as doubts are concerned, okay, which type of MCQ, which type of questions we have to do, only those questions you have to do which are given in the form of homework to you. Only those questions. All MCQ 1 mark question will come from those questions which I am providing in the form of homework. You are not required to consult with textbook.